Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. Today is episode 9, I think, of Let's Talk About It, and I just really appreciate you all being here and engaging in a dialogue with me in the comments or privately. Today I want to talk about being gentle with yourself. One of you were lovely enough to share, that you're having a hard time finding the meaning and everything going on right now. Totally fair. Yep. Get it. And I was reminded of a couple stages in my life where I was just, and me with my family too, you're just kind of going through something and you're in it, is what I would say to myself or friends, about whatever they're going through. Like, wow, you're really in it right now, right? And what I mean by that is sometimes you do not have the capacity to, I think we're capable of more than we think. But what I mean is sometimes in the cycle that you're in, the part of the cycle, right? Everything is cyclical in nature, and I think our human way of dealing with things, right? So whatever part of the cycle you're in, it could be the rest part, or it could be like you're just in the thick of it. This is when I'm launching a new program that I'm really excited about, and part of it, what I talk about, and part of the cycle is like burning. You're gonna burn up, and that could be like walking through the fire. That could be an illness. That could be a death in the family, or a friend of yours. That could be a global pandemic that you have to navigate, and to not be afraid of those parts that sometimes we just, and when I had I had chronic back pain for like 3 years, and I couldn't find my way out. And I realized in hindsight how much was actually going on in my physical body and how much was manifesting in my physical body because of kind of disalignment with me mentally and emotionally, that I was not really processing certain things or accepting certain things. And our bodies are very wise, you guys, and they know what's going on, and they're constantly communicating to us. I really do believe in body wisdom. So once I kind of like figured all that out, I was able to heal from it. But what I want to say is, when I was in the thick of it, I remember talking to a friend of mine who was in a 12-step program, and he was, doing great, and just like I just was so admiring of him at that time, and still am. He's awesome. But he just felt super clear to me, and he could just hold my pain so beautifully. And I remember one day talking to him and crying on the phone, like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I can't do this anymore. I don't know how to get through this. Or, what am I supposed to do? And he said, the only way out is through. How do you get through hell, or how do you get out of hell, or whatever it was, is through. And I think for a lot of us right now, again, whether you had a death in the family because of the disease, whether you're, a Black person just carrying around centuries worth of genetic trauma plus your own, and, you see certain people and go, oh, okay, maybe there's some hope, maybe we're going to get through this, and other moments where it just feels like, oh my God, we're never going to get through this, and it's just a lot to carry. It's a lot to carry. Or, random shit that has nothing to do with either of those things, where it's just your life right now, and maybe your kids, it's a lot to be with your kids this much, or your relationships, or, those are coming to light, like I've talked about. So again, I just think if you have the space in your head to figure out the meaning, then it will come. If you have a solid meditation practice or mindful practice of some sort, or you journal or do your gratitudes every day, or find a way of checking in with yourself, or if you're still finding a way to be of service right now. For me, the thing that pulls me out of my own suffering quicker than anything is gratitude and service, like I've talked about. So you know, start your morning with gratitudes. Thank you, universe. Thank you, God. Thank you, you know, higher self, whatever, or just thank you, world, you know, thank you, life itself, for another day, you know, thank you for another day. And then thank you for my bed, thank you for running water, thank you, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm big on gratitude, guys. And then when you go to bed, like, you know, even if you had hard stuff, can you be grateful that you had food, at least, that you got to try, you know, that you saw a butterfly in the tree outside your window, that you actually got to go for a walk, that a friend made you laugh. Like, it does not have to be huge. So gratitude is one for me. And service. We all have gifts to give. We all have gifts to give. And it doesn't have to be huge. It's just about showing up and continuing to look outside of ourselves and knowing that no matter how bad we have it, some people have it worse. And it's not about comparison. Comparison is the killer of all good things. It's not what I'm talking about. It's acknowledgement. It's acknowledgement that, like, yes, I have my struggles, but I also have a lot to be grateful for. And that person has their experiences. And I feel like they have it kind of harder than me. Like, in certain areas, at least in certain areas, right? So it's like, I might be totally tapped over here, but I feel like I have extra to give over here. Like, I grew up with not a ton of money. Like, let's just be real. And so for friends, you know, in my life, a lot of them did have money because of where I lived. So I had nothing to give them in that respect. Like, I couldn't, like, treat my friends to lunch or whatever, but, like, my family had love. I was very, very blessed. So I was like a safe place. We were a safe place for friends that maybe didn't feel seen by their parents or loved by their parents or couldn't get a home cooked meal. Like, my mom is an amazing freaking cook, you guys. Like, amazing. So we could offer a safe place to be and talk. And I think because we're all artists and my dad was an artist, and you know, it was a safe place to just be for people, and you felt loved. And I have plenty of love to give, you know, always have. So, you know, look at yourself and, you know, where are you lacking, and don't maybe give from that place, or maybe do and see what happens, because I think the more you give, the more you receive. You know, there is something about it coming back to you, and not like doing it for the express reason of doing it that way. But, you know, there's also something to be said for being the thing that you want. You know, oh, I wish they would treat me blank more, or more blank, or whatever. I wish I could have more of this. Like, act as if you were receiving those things, or you show up to the relationship, to the situation, to the circumstances with those qualities that you're lacking. So, kind of tangent again, sorry. I will do a separate one on that, because I think there's real power there. But basically, if you have excess of something, if you have excess time, give some of your time. There are plenty of people that need time. Making phone calls, dropping things off, driving things around. Yeah, get on the phone with people, check in with your friends. How are they doing? You know, I don't know. So if you have time to give that time. If you have money to give that money. If you have extra food or access to food, give that food, you know. If you have extra love to give and you just feel like you don't know where to put it, plenty of people could use it, and that can look all kinds of different ways, from donations to you know, to organizations that you can help. And again, just picking up the phone, or, you know, I don't know, just get creative, you know. So anyway, going back to you though, sometimes we just have to go through it. So if you just ignore everything I just said, that's also fine. And sometimes we just have to get through the thing that we're in, and cut yourself some slack. Just be, just rest, just receive, trust that you're doing the best that you can, and trust that this too shall pass. Trust that you will get through this, trust that you are capable. Here's an affirmation I gave this guy. My life is bigger than my pain, and my heart is big enough to hold all my suffering. So if you're in deep pain and suffering right now, that's okay too, because it's not forever. It's all temporary. My life, the fullness of your life, the fullness of what you have to give, what you're here for, and even what you're doing in this moment, your life is bigger than the pain that you're feeling right now. It just is. the difference that you make in people's lives. I know it. I don't even have to know you, and I know it. So my life is bigger than my pain. My heart is big enough to hold my suffering. Everything is temporary. I am okay. I am safe. I will get through this. And then think about doing some gratitudes. Find the light. Find the smidge of light. Look, it's coming through to prove my point. It's always there. It's always there. So be gentle, and the meaning will come to later. I promise, like without a doubt. And if you're anything over like 25, you know that too, where when enough time passes, that incredible gift of hindsight and reflection and looking back going, oh wow, that's why that happened. If that didn't happen at the time, I thought that was either inconsequential or terrible, but if that hadn't happened, it wouldn't have led me to where I am now, or this person, or this gift, or this job, or this awakening within my own consciousness. Oh, trash truck. Okay, I'm gonna stop before it gets too loud, or too late. Thank you, trash truck. Good morning. Thank you. I appreciate you, essential workers. Yeah. Anyway, you'll get through this. Be nice to yourself. And you're different now. You've changed. You're already changed. You're already different. So maybe take this time to get to know who you are right now in this moment. Okay, I'm gonna go. Thanks for being here. Have a beautiful day. We're all gonna get through this. Be nice to yourself. Bye.